Adam Matman, and joining me for this one is Carl Wood. Carl, how's it going, my friend?
Fantastic, glad to be back here. Nice to be in the home barn with the girls.
Absolutely, yeah, and it's, well, these two sides have matched up. Absolutely, yeah, and it's, well, these two sides have matched up quite a lot recently. In fact, at the last 4 fixtures now.
Absolutely, hopefully the girls can, the Beacons can lower that deficit from the last
one to Solihull, then both games down in Birmingham, like last month in Solihull, so they'll have to try and do that again this afternoon.
Wow, I think they know who to focus on, but I think we'll have a better opportunity in this rink, a little slower ice. They know what it's like, but hopefully they don't get any goals disallowed like they did last time.
Well, it was a very clear goal. We saw it, didn't we? But unfortunately, it wasn't awarded. But coming at a crucial point in the game as well.
Absolutely, and sometimes you just need that boost, that confidence.
You certainly do. We're underway. Shelly Jackson dumps it in. Beacons will come out with it. And the 2 players missing this afternoon, so it's going to be tough for them. But one of the 2 players called up from the Division 1 side to fill those gaps. The top line starts for the Beacons, centred by Steph Towns with Abby Coulshaw and Ruby Newlands on our wings. Shot from Jackson comes in, deflected away. Gathered nicely by I think it's Lisa McClelland, well in the number 5 shirt. With Abby Coulshaw bringing the puck in now. Newlands can't keep hold of it, but kept it in that Whitley goal.
The Solihull girls are moving fast today, that's for sure. Whoa.
Yeah, they are. Yeah,
that's what we're going to have to watch out. Getting pucks out of the zone as quick as they can. That's going to be the key.
Yeah, back underway here. Shot again coming in. That will be gathered in. That's a shot coming from Saffron Allen, the captain of the Vixens. But as we were saying before, they've been racking up the wins in recent weeks. Played 11, won 11, 22 points maximum. So past the halfway point now. I don't think there's anyone going to catch the Vixens this year. As that one's dumped in. Garbett with the cut back, kick save.
Great toe save.
Yeah, comes back out for Angela Kay, slips it forward. No, sorry, it's Joy Craighead, who of course is wearing the C because she's the captain of the Division 1 team, so caught me out there for a second. As they're in here now, the Vixens, good save though.
Great save, outstanding. She read that play perfectly.
Yeah, in on goal there, the Vixens at full flight, but what a stop there by Jess. You'll be, I think that will give her confidence a massive boost early on.
Absolutely, because she's going to face a lot of rubber today, so might as well start sharp.
Indeed, yeah. Saffron Allen up against, no, it's not Saffron Allen, is it? It's, I'm trying to see who it is for the Vixens. Anyway, we're back underway, and it's going to be Steph Towns to flip the puck forward for Ruby Newlands to chase after.
Great chip out of the zone, that's what they need.
Yeah, use her speed well there, but GB under-18 College, Shamini Jackson collecting the puck from her. Vixen's looking to build here, but Ruby has collected again, but we've got a whistle on the play.
Penalty, tripping.
I must admit I didn't see much of that. I don't know if you call that one, Carl. It's on Abby Coulshaw.
Yeah, that was a bit of an awkward one. She was just trying to contain the player coming out of the zone from the corner and just kind of got her stick in her feet.
Yeah, unfortunate, as you say, early on, 90 seconds gone then. Gives Hannah Clare with the draw. Vixens looking to get set in the Whitley zone here with a very big 2 minutes this for the Beacons. Or clear the zone here, collected by Jodie Bloom. To say, scored 8 goals in the first 2 games against Whitley, but nothing in the last one. That's quite an achievement really to stop a player of her calibre.
Absolutely. Well, they know they can do it. It's just focus, concentration, reading the play.
Yeah, coming in from distance. Play behind the back of the net now. Good defensive work this by Casey Trail. Sticking with Saffron Allen. Forcing her to check back into the other side now. Garbett plays it back to Allen. Sent across to the far left-hand side. Shot from distance, deflected away by Trail. That will be covered up by Jess. And we'll get a whistle on the play. But it's a very talented, stacked side this by the Vixens, and so you try and stop one, but there's plenty of others waiting in the wings.
There's always another, absolutely, and they read the play so well. They know where each other are all the time. I mean, that was a good start to that penalty kill. It was good containment.
Yeah, it was good. Some good work by Casey Trail behind the net as well. And Garbett Didn't get a clean connection on that one. I think it was just disrupted a little bit. Good work again. I think it's Abby McCourt perhaps who's on this penalty killing unit. Indeed it was. We've got a whistle on the play here. I think the puck had just crept up into the bench. Becky Katsner-Wood out there to take the draw for Whitley. Up against Paige Dance.
Goalie needs a moment.
Yeah. Just 55 seconds left on this Beacons penalty kill. Vixens with it just on the centre red line now. Grace Garbett, who scored 9 goals over the previous 3 encounters, gets a shot in on goal, deflected away though. Into the corner now. Paige Dance tussling there. Had to go near side Garbett there, but again stonewalled by Jess in the net. Casey Trell looking to try and get it cleared. She will do. That's a big clearance. That with 25 seconds left to kill. Allows her team to make one last line change on this penalty kill.
They're playing confident actually, and it's good to see.
Well, we saw, didn't we, Carl, in the last 2 games down in Solihull, that the 3rd period of game 2 and the first 2 periods of game 3, really, if you'd have put that together, it would have been a fantastic performance by the Beacons, and might even have got something out of the game. I mean, kept them off the score sheet in that 3rd period in game 2, I thought, but thankfully no call this time. Nice give and go there. Full short. Return pass to Ruby Newlands. Those two trying to work some chemistry on this line with Steph Towns. A lot of talent on that line, certainly as a shot comes in from Dance.
It's a nice pass across. It was just hard to contain that one, to keep that forward momentum, just to get it out of the zone, unfortunately.
That's right, yeah. Heavy touch forces Jodie Bloom to check back. Directed nicely, and lucky bounce out's going to be offside surely, because Bloom's in a
turn and go.
An
That's
advanced
it,
position.
girls.
Yeah, we're now with Ruby Newlands. Lines one up, offside position. Indeed she will. Forces Abby McCourt to chase after it. Brings a lot of energy to this Beacons team, both her and Ruby.
Considering Mum said she was tired today.
Oh, did she? Well, I think we can forgive Abby that, as she's been in GB trials down in Bracknell, hasn't she? So it's been a busy weekend for her. It's a lot of travel. It's not the shortest of trips, is it, from the northeast down to Bracknell?
Not at all, but you do what you got to do to play hockey.
Indeed, you do. I guess at that age as well, it's all just fun, isn't it? As that one's just about kept inside the blue line. Now it will come out. Vixens will keep possession of it nicely, though. Off the boards. Whitley look to clear, which they'll do. Comes back down.
Some smart hockey. Beacons are playing some smart hockey right now. It's good to see.
They are, yeah. They're making the Vixens do all the work as well, which is, they're the ones chasing the puck right now. Whitley are quite happy to soak up the pressure, and it's good to see from them. Obviously using the younger players to stretch the Vixens when they can.
Well, I think anytime they can just get that puck out of the zone, it's going to help them.
Garbett coming in from the high slot. Try to shuffle a pass forward towards Saffron Allen, but it was well defended by the Beacons. Comes back out. Hutchinson can't gather first time, but Dance will. Out wide to Garbett, off the boards. Comes back for Casey Trell, who plays it forward. Loose puck at centre. Nice. A good poke check by Ruby Newlands there. And again, doing well to disrupt that play. Comes back down for Casey Trell. Off the boards. In front of the Beacons bench, we'll get a whistle on the play, but again, this is a good shift this by the Beacons.
Absolutely. They had some control. They were confident in their own end, getting pucks out over that blue line, just relieving that pressure. That's how this game is going to have to go if they want to, step it up.
They certainly will, yeah. Face off just outside the blue line. Steph Towns just has to cushion it back. Ruby Newlands will carry it back out. Vixens will regain. Tipped in on goal, just swiped clear nicely by Jess Kinghorn, just keeping the momentum going into the corner now with Vicky Smith.
It's a good battle down low.
And it certainly is, yeah. Keeping the Vixens in that corner, it's good because it's not an immediate dangerous area. Newlands trying to clear the zone there. Still with the Vixens as they're cutting it in from the left wing, and it'll be gathered in nicely by Jess.
Nice easy save for Jess. Just what they want.
Yeah.
I think some of these past games where they've had those problems is down low in those corners and just being able to contain that puck and then putting it to their support players. And this is what we saw right here, right now. This was very good.
It certainly is, yeah. Page's going in for the draw. It's going to be won by the Beacons. They can't clear the zone. No shot from distance, just flicked wide. It was, I think, a lot closer than it looked. Garbutt now in the corner, with Becky Castlewood doing some great back checking there, keeping her opposite number away from goal. And again, she's gone there after Saffron Allen wins the puck back. Good shift from her. And then Joy Craighead clears it forward. Abby McCourt will chase. It was a big miss actually, Abby, and the last encounter between these two sides, indeed the last Beacons game. Oh, and that was just crept in from Garbutt, and that takes her tally to 10 goals against the Beacons this season.
Well, that was a nice little play by Garbutt. She didn't have a forehand shot, and then she just compensated and curled and put it on the backhand and got lucky, hit the inside post, and it went.
Yeah, so with 7.5 minutes gone, it's the Vixens who strike first, but it's been a solid shift so far by the Beacons, so they've still got plenty to play for. Ruby Newlands trying to get it free to Casey Trell. She'll dump it in. Abby Coulshaw will chase and digs it out the left wing corner. Lexi's a little bit steamed up down there, so apologies if I didn't get a good view of that.
It's a nice little play to get that shot on net from the point.
It certainly was, yeah. As here come the Vixens once again with Shamini Jackson, who deeks one way then the next, but stonewalled again by Jess. Great performance from her so far. Back along the end boards here, still with the Vixens to Jodie Bloom now into the low slot. Saffron Allen gets a shot away, didn't get a clean connection on it, allows the save and the clearance, and it's back with the Beacons. Flicked on nicely by Steph Towns, helps it on its way. Brought back in by Sarah Hutchinson. Great work again though by Steph Towns. Whitley player coach, as Jodie Bloom then steals the puck from her. Cutting in from the left wing. Not going to get in behind the defence though. Tried to wrap around. Almost got caught under Jessie's skates there, but she just was able to drop that mitt down to cover it up, and in the end it was a smart stop.
Well, they had an offensive opportunity there, and what I'd like to see is as they're approaching that blue line, instead of overhandling it, just get that puck in deep. It frees your players up to attack the zone, and it'll give them more opportunities down low.
Yep. With the Beacons now, and Becky Castlewood carrying it behind the net. Gets it away at the second attempt off the boards towards Joy Craighead.
She got lucky there.
She did, but I think the main thing was she got it cleared, and she then.
They call that a fortuitous bounce. She got that back and got it out.
She did, yeah. But I think she had it all under control. She knew what
She'll
she was
tell
doing.
us that.
She knew what she was doing. Cutting in from the wing there. Abby McCourt coming in on the back post, trying to get the shot in. Great offensive shift this actually by the Beacons.
A couple shots on goal. That's terrific.
Yeah. And the painter drops back. Takes it out the corner. Grace Garbutt closing her down, banks it off the boards towards Rachel Stockdale. Caught in possession a little bit there with Sarah Hutchinson coming in. Ruby Newlands gets it clear though. That was vital. She'll chase after it, as will Abby Coulshaw, who will get to a puck first. Gets it in on goal. Forces the poke clearance by the goalie. And again, Whitley looking to try and exploit every half opportunity that comes their way, and you kind of have to, because this Vixen side aren't going to give you great chances, are they?
No, if you sit back, they'll take advantage of that, and they'll steal that puck every time.
Lovely pass forward there for Saffron Allen. She's in on goal here. Fires over. Oh, great opportunity that to double the visitors' lead. Comes through to Claire. She winds one up. I think she didn't get a clean connection on that one. Took a bit of sting out the shot of what it could have been. Shamini Jackson into the corner now. She'll leave it for her line mate, Jodie Bloom. Comes back to Emma Painter, who will look to try and clear it on the boards. Abby Coulshaw battling there as well. Ruby Newlands will get it nicely to Steph Towns, who's one-on-one here. In fact, there's a two-on-one rake, and she's got
There's the move.
Player past Claire. Oh, and just fires over, but a great drop of a shoulder that by Steph Towns. Big opportunity that for the Beacons, but it was a lovely play there And a lovely pass to set her
Fantastic.
away in the first place.
I mean, that turned into a 3-on-1.
It did in the end, yeah. As Trail comes in, pass dance. Getting a second attempt at it with Becky Castor-Wood. Sends it in on goal. Casey Trail will look to dig it out the corner. Good play this last sort of minute or two from the Beacons. They've really stepped it up offensively. And, well, some recognition I think deserved for that, because that was a good passage of play.
Absolutely, and just that little play at the end, freeze the puck in the corner, get the whistle, regroup, set up, and hopefully win that face-off now, get some more shots on goal.
Yep. Yes, it's a big face-off this, having the first one in the offensive zone, so it's going to be the Vixens who will gather with Grace Garbutt. They've been one of the real standout stars this season against Whitley. And a nice pass there out wide. That's going to be an offside call though, and we'll get a whistle on the play. But yeah, 10 goals over 4 games now, so she's enjoyed these matches against the Beacons. There's no doubt about that.
Yes. I think sometimes it's nice to pad your stats when you can.
You certainly can, yeah. Paige Dance will take the draw for the Vixens against Becky Castor-Wood, but it's the Beacons player who comes out with it. Joy Craighead slips it forward, it's off at centre ice, but again some good work by Craighead there, looking to get it free, and she will get it to Abby McCourt. Good defensive work though by the Vixens, who is Blanco on the way through trying to get it clear, which they have done. Comes out the Beacon zone. And then gathered by Lisa McClellan, plays it forward. Nice pass by Becky Castor-Wood out wide to Abby McCourt, who fires. Kick save, it's come loose, and they'll have to scramble to cover that up, but a good bit of play there between those two linking up, and you can see the fist pump there from Becky and Abby. I think they recognise that link up.
There's some chemistry there between these two, and I know they've talked previously about being able to play together, and you can see, when they get those opportunities, they're making something happen.
They certainly are, yeah. Ball short with a deflected shot. Steph Towns looking to win it back now. And back into the corner, be gathered by the Vixens, who, sometimes you just have to admire the quality that they have. And it's pretty much half of the Team GB, isn't it? It's such a phenomenally gifted side.
Well, that's it. To think that, this is a team, for the most part, that we're trying to qualify for a place in the Olympics.
Indeed, yeah. That says it all, isn't it, really? It shows you the quality that they have. And Jodie Bloom being one of them, she'll just check back even. As that one's cleared from the Vixens' defensive zone, played up the boards. Steph Towns will get the loose puck deep in her own zone.
Steph's playing with some jump today. It's more than we've seen for a while. She must be, getting over some of the illnesses that she's been through.
Yeah, as Abby McCourt did well there, just winning that loose puck back, carries it into his own. We'll find Steph Towns there. Line's mixed up a little bit there. She's got the 2 youngsters on her line, Abby McCourt and Ruby Newlands. Steph getting a shot from the short side. But yes, like you say, it's great to see her back.
Feeling well.
Yeah, indeed. Yeah.
Playing with some jump.
Legend is used perhaps overly in these days, but I think she's well and truly a Whitley legend for the career she's had, and indeed the job she's continuing to do now, both as a player and a coach. And the Beacons very much enjoy having her here, and it's going to all crash home. It's Joy Craighead. I think it all started with Abby McCourt on the left wing. Becky Castor-Wood slipped a beautiful pass to the back post, and it was Joy Craighead who had the finishing touch. But
absolutely,
that line working well.
Absolutely. Well, that's the thing about Joy Craighead. One of the things that she brings to this team is that she is a finisher, and you just give her that opportunity in front of the net, and she'll bury that puck. Yeah,
great to see her rewarded with a promotion to the Elite League team this afternoon, but that worked perfectly, and what is important is the Beacons are back on level terms.
Absolutely. Well, the whole sequence of plays there, before entering the zone, it was a pass across from Becky to Abby. Abby sees the, Becky and Joy going to the far side to the net, and Hockey 101, put that puck to the net.
Yeah, forced to save in the rebound as Saffron Allen's looking to restore that lead straight away. Rebound comes out to Garbutt on the left wing. looking to go around from the back of the goal towards Allen again, who's slashing away at it, but I think they're giving it. Must have just crept in on the near side. I thought that was covered, but yeah, it is in the back of the net indeed, so it must have just crept in under the smallest of gaps on that near post.
It was a bit of an unfortunate sequence in front there. Unfortunately, just couldn't get herself set and across to kind of read that pass across.
Well, you could see as soon as Whitley had tied that up, the Vixens sort of used that as motivation. They were fired up and went straight back onto the front foot, and well, they got the goal, didn't they?
I don't think they're used to being scored on, and they definitely don't like it.
That's very true, yeah. Garver on the left wing, all fans on it, allows Newlands to get round, and then again, beautiful bit of play there. There's Steph Towns again to Coulshort. She'll chase it into the left wing corner. Hutchinson coming in to cover her off. Newlands will get the loose puck, gets it back to Coulshort. And Newlands pushing past to Towns, but a good clearance that by the Vixens. And again, it's cleared only as far as the high slot, with Towns getting a shot in on goal.
Well, this is more than we've seen from a lot of games. They're actually playing the game in the offensive zone, getting opportunities, getting shots.
Yeah. Yeah, it's great to see, isn't it? It's you know, sometimes you can be overawed by a team of his quality. Shamini Jackson gets a shot in, lovely move out of the sort of twisting and turning, cutting off that right wing. Great player to watch at full speed. But yeah, you can be overawed sometimes when it's a daunting task, but you've got to sometimes, respect them, but don't over-respect them, and that's what they're doing now as McCourt cuts back inside. Again, it's been a bright game from her so far. As I was saying before, she was really a big miss in that game 3 in Solihull, so great to have her back. Brings a lot of energy to the team, and it's good performances so far. Played across by Becky Kastner-Wood. That's going to be picked off by the Vixens as they carry it back into a zone. They're going to get a shot away, he's deflected up and back off the flexi. Saffron Allen pull on the boards, but it's back with Whitley possession, I'm guessing, because it's right in front of a bench.
Should get this whistle.
Yeah,
okay,
Becky
no, they've got
Kastner-Wood's
control.
Got it free. We'll take it behind the net. Looking to set the play going. McCourt just couldn't gather that one in. She'll go back to a bench for a line change.
Yeah, trying to activate Abby there with that long pass. It could have worked.
Yeah, it's the right idea. As Maddie Wright comes in, it's a good hip check that by Abby Coulshort. So obviously it's a non-check-in, but there is sort of some leniency in what you can and can't do in terms of challenges, isn't there?
Absolutely. I mean, it wasn't that it totally upended the offensive player there. It just kind of delayed her approach.
Indeed. With just under 3.5 minutes to go then in this opening period, it's Whitley 1, Solihull 2. Paige Dance will take the draw, as will Becky Kastner-Wood. To the left of Jess Killinghorn's goal. Well won by Becky Kastner-Wood, but heavy touch sees it comes back to the Vixens. Grace Garbutt will dig it out the corner, with Casey Trowell going with her. So we know it's Emma Painter, in fact, the number 19 rather than the number 9.
It's a good battle on the boards.
It is,
keeping that puck contained.
Yeah, it's been a good bit of defensive play by the Beacons in this first period, keeping it in that area and away from goal. It's so important just to limit the chances that they get in the more dangerous zones and keep it in the corner. Obviously, they're not going to score from there. So,
not sure if Becky was expecting a call on that one. She went down, unfortunately.
Yeah, tangled up in the net, and I think we've got it 3 now, have we? No, we whistle on the plate. But yeah, we'll take that draw. Kills the playoff, kills the clock, allows both teams to reset. And there'll be a full line change here for both sides.
Best scoreline we've seen in a while at this stage of the game.
It really is, yeah. Because the Vixens have had a tendency to rack up a huge score by the end of the first period, and the game's been almost put to bed. But that's the thing; it's all to play for, and it's nice to see. As Coulshort, lovely pass to Steph Towns. Towns will carry it in. Eased into the corner. Needs a bit of support here, I think. McClellan will offer it. Shot from distance. That's bobbled up again, and that will force a rebound. But you'll see here, Vixens D there, so quick to support their goalie and get down and offer her that coverage.
Great set play there by the Beacons, actually. Work it down low, nice curl on the half boards by Steph, and then a pass back to the D and a quick shot in.
Yep. Steph Town to take the draw, wins it, gets it back to Casey Trail. Into the corner, it's going to be cleared by Alana Clare. Jodie Bloom just about gets it clear. Casey Trail going in there, keeps the puck along the boards. Bit of support coming in from Ruby Newlands there as well. And we're going to whistle on the play for dead puck.
That's good to see. That was one of the complaints in the Olympics, was that you get these pucks tied up on the boards and there was no whistles. They're just expecting the players to fight it out, unfortunately.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I mean, it's one of them rules which is open to interpretation in terms of how the officials or how long the officials will allow it to be along the boards, and sometimes it's not always the same result. But yeah, I think that was a fair call, really. It seemed about the right time.
Absolutely.
Jodie Bloom being forced to check back by Ruby Newlands. Good pressure from her. Hutchinson has come through into the crease, and that'll be cleared by the Vixens. I'll look to break with Bloom on the left wing. Cutting in, good defensive work though by Casey Trail. Read the play well, positioned her body perfectly there just to intercept that pass, or well, shot even, off the boards to Becky Kastner-Wood. She'll cycle it back. Looking for an open play there, but outnumbered in the end with two Vixens players around her. Grace Garbutt will cut in from the left wing now. Nice pass to Saffron Allen. Gets around the player there, but right on the doorstep. I think Garbutt just ran out of real estate. Good smart stop by Jess Kinghorn. Back to Saffron Allen again. Garbutt. A long reach for that stick. It's a lovely flowing move as she can sort of sweeps the puck in, drags it into her, and gets a shot away all in one motion. She's a fascinating player to watch.
There was a bit of an awkward play there. Unfortunately, the Beacons were struggling with getting that puck out. They left the zone before the puck, and it was just about a 4-on-1, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So they did well to recover after that.
They really did, yeah. Like you say, outnumbered at the back very much there. Back to Garbutt, who looked to turn. Gets a shot away, but that's going to be gathered in by Jess. And just under 50 seconds to go in this opening period. It's a very good display by the Beacons here. I mean, the Vixens, you know, are going to be good regardless, but I'd actually, even though we've got the slight advantage on the scoreline, I'd actually have to give this one on points to the Beacons right now, because they've put in a great 20 minutes of hockey. Newlands will get it clear. She'll chase after it. It'll be covered across though by Alana Clare. Forward to Saffron Allen. Another one of the GB contingent. The captain of this Vixen side, to Paige Dance. Takes it behind the goal. Garbutt's screen in there, but a good tussle between her and Rachel Stockdale. Puck's come loose, and Jess has already sprawled him, but inadvertently makes the save. She was struggling to get back up there after the initial challenge, but she's in the right place to get that clear, and it worked. As Steph Towns drops it off, Ruby Newlands gets the shot, kick save. Rebound just wouldn't sit for Abby Coulshaw, but again, great play from that top line as the Vixens scramble it clear. But almost with a chance to tie the game up going into the intermission there, Cole. But what a 20 minutes of hockey that was, and a great performance by the home side so far.
That was fantastic. They're definitely in this game, and they're showing that they can compete. And you know, they're doing a lot of smart things. Still a couple errors they can correct, but yeah, they look terrific.
They certainly do. Well, we're going to take a very short break with about 2.5 minutes. We'll be back on air, so please don't go anywhere. welcome back to Hillheads then, as we currently have Vixens 2, Beacons 1, and one of the missing contingent for this afternoon's game is Jenny Hare, who's having a very well-deserved holiday in Fuerteventura. She's listening in on her birthday, so many happy returns, Jenny. I hope you're having a great day. And her and her husband Simon listening in, and so she's on the cocktails and shouting at the screen. He has told her they can't hear her, but it's great to know that even in your absence you're cheering the girls on, and I'm sure they'll very much appreciate your support, and we look forward to seeing you back for the next game, because you are a miss. And you're going to hate Simon for this, but he has explained why you're nicknamed Nana. So apologies for us, Simon, as we're back underway here.
She is my favourite player.
Not Becky Castlewood?
Well,
careful how you answer that, my friend. Because you'll be in the doghouse all week. As Towns winds up a huge shot, forces a save and a cover up on the rebound.
that was a terrific play, just coming into the zone there and getting that shot away.
Got a lot of power behind that, didn't she, with a huge slap shot?
Well, she has a tendency, unfortunately, to put those shots over the net, so it's nice to see it on goal.
Yeah, just looking at the DJ booth there, there's a party going on in there, isn't there? There's 5 people in there. There's a lot of dancing going on as well, so it's great to see everyone enjoying themselves. And why not? As Casey Trail winds up a huge shot, which forces a glove save, and much appreciation, I think, for both the shot and the resultant glove save. And 27 seconds gone in this second period, and it's Whitley who have been posing the questions early on.
Well, that's 2 shots off the bat on goal.
Yep.
That's terrific.
Testing the goalie there. Casey Trail attempted to wind the 3rd shot up. Jodie Bloom did well to close it down as Trail again in on goal. Shot comes through, but it was deflected away. Towns couldn't gather in the rebound. The Vixens will just get it clear. Hutchinson striding forward from the back, who, I've got to say, she doesn't look quite as tall as and imposing as she does in Solihull, but she's still such a dominant player on the blue line for the Vixens.
Such a great skater too.
Yeah,
I mean, 3 strides and she's up that ice.
She is coast to coast, and she's such a great player, and it's no wonder she plays for GB. As Vixens coming in here trying to crash the net, but that will be covered up nicely by Jess Kinghorn, and I think there's Jodie Bloom who inadvertently appended her own teammate there, as both teams looking to make a line change here.
I would have hoped for a little bit more of an aggressive play there. They just let the Vixen player out of that corner untouched, and she carried that puck all the way to the net. So I'd like to see a little bit more aggressive play from the defense there.
Yep, that's right. Comes through to Alana Clare. Couldn't hold it in though. It's Abby McCourt who's doing well in the corner, trying to dig that one out. Being closed down. Becky Castlewood picks up the loose puck. She'll look to carry it out. Lovely rink-wide pass to Joy Craighead. Good work by Garbutt, who breaks the play up. That's going to be an offside call on the Beacons.
Probably in their favour. It looked like they turned it over just as they coming across that blue line, so at least they'll get the face off.
Yeah.
Closer to the offensive zone.
Yeah, that's right. Right in front of the Beacons bench then. That's the Wood, who I think just about won the draw, but it was Safan Allen who was quick to jump on the loose puck in the sort of the line of scrimmage, if you like. Comes back off the boards to Maddie Wright, sent it across to her defensive partner with Becky Castlewood and Abby McCourt doing one on the forecheck, and that's a great turnover by Becky Castlewood, forcing the Vixens to check back there. It will be cleared, but it's back in Beacons' possession. Only momentarily, Rowers. Safan Allen pokes it clear. She's got Garbutt support and a shot, but a great finish. Sorry, a great save in the end by Jess Kinghorn. Just did well to come across and cover out post.
She read that well. She knew what was going to happen.
Well. It's never easy for a goalie when you've got a 2-on-0 break like that, but she did well. As clearance off the boards won't quite come out the zone, so back come the Vixens with Shamini Jackson, turns one way in the net, and that is a beautiful finish by the GB under-18 player.
Unfortunately, Beacons couldn't clear the zone. Defense were a little bit flat-footed, moving a little bit too slow, unfortunately, to cover up, and gave that one away.
Yeah, it's a great finish by Shamini Jackson, the captain of the GB under-18s, at least. Well, she was on that trip to Iceland, which of course Ruby Newlands and Abby McCourt was a part of, and indeed Jenny Hare was as one of the the coaches there, as Shamley Jackson's going again, but fires over this time. Did all the hard work, Deakin one way and the next, but just puck sat up a little bit as she fired it up and over the top of the goal frame.
Well, that's it. Sometimes the luck is on your side, and you need that.
You certainly do. As Emma Painter looking to clear, gets it forward. She's been a welcome addition back there. She missed that last game, game 3 as we're calling it, and it's not been by design that we've had 4 straight games, but 4 games in opposition. I was going to say, because Solihull have had other games in between, but Whitley have played the Vixens 4 straight times because games being cancelled. Ruby Newland's bringing it in here. Reached well by Jodie Bloom. For boards, Solihull making hard work of his clearance actually, and there's some good work here by Whitley. But yeah, the game's been cancelled because the roof had come off, and with the rearrangements, it's meant that some other games in between has been moved. So with shot coming through now, as a trickle wide of the post, it means that 4 straight times they've had to face the same opposition, and it's very tough opposition as well, as we've know only too well. But good thing is, in some ways, get these tough ones out the way, and then you can focus on some of the other matchups.
Well, it's good experience for the Beacons too. It's only going to make them better. They're certainly learning more about the game.
Newlands with a break on. The shot was deflected away by Jodie Bloom. Nice cut back to Castlewood, who one times it. Low drive, but cleared nicely.
That was a great play by Abby McCourt to take that puck out of the corner and see Becky up in the high slot. Again,
this is a very, very good line coming together here. Joy Craighead, who's essentially come in for Danielle Turnbull, she's one of my favourite players to watch as well, because she always brings something different, can score beautiful goals, and she can also make a nuisance of herself in and around the crease. But Joy's come in and doing a fantastic job on this second line.
Absolutely, it looks like she's been here all year.
She does, yeah. It's her second appearance, I think, for the Elite League Team of the Season, as Garbutt cuts one way and the next, and then a lovely finish, but it's caught under the pads. The lights come on, but I don't think the goal's been given. I think it was, I don't want to say it, but it has been given. I think it was Jess's mom who is actually on the goal light there, so I don't think Jess will be thanking her for that. But I thought she stopped it under the pads, and I think there was a bit of movement. I think maybe she just stayed still. It might have just kept out, but well spotted by the eagle-eyed mom behind the net.
Well, mom knows best.
You can't accuse her of nepotism, can you? Certainly.
Absolutely.
But it means it's now a 4-1 lead to the Vixens, and Whitley just having to be mindful that the game doesn't get out of their reach at this stage, because they've played so well early on. Give away again. Saffron Allen cutting inside. Deeks one way, the next good shot, but turned aside this time. Shaw battling along the boards. Puck just comes out from behind her. She'll get it again though. Trying to clear the zone. Kept in well by Hutchinson. Page Dance with a cut back. Collected nicely by Ruby Newlands. Such a phenomenal young player she is. Off the boards to Shaw. Back to Steph Towns, who had it for a second, but Vixens now on the counter. Poke check clearance. That was done nicely there by Rachel Stockdale. Garbutt just being eased away from goal, and then Steph Towns helping out as well back there. Good defensive work from her. Maddie Wright stepping into the play for the Vixens, but no, actually Spilly Flacco, I should say, number 17. There's one or two of their third liners out there getting a shift, the Vixens. And Faith Laverty, number 12, I think that's her first game against Whitley this season.
Well, she's looking good out here. She's playing aggressive, getting pucks to the net, attacking where she needs to. I mean, she went right to that net after she shot, and took three Whitley Bay girls to hold her off.
Certainly did, yeah. And back with Becky Castner-Wood, tussling there, getting the puck back, looking for a passing option here, working hard for a team as she always does. That's dumped in. Angela Kay, the Whitley captain, will dig it out from around the corner, sends it around the boards. Emma Painter, her defensive partner there, helping it as well. As Whitley trying to get it up and out the zone, which they've now done. It's good work again. It was Becky Castner-Wood who was screened along this misty plexiglass. I couldn't quite see, but great work from her. Now with Abby McCourt as well. It's such a hard working line. Well, both lines are really. do so much work to help out the defence. Now we're in the offensive zone. McCourt just had to turn before getting the shot across the crease.
That's great speed by Abby to get that puck in that corner. She won that foot race against that defender.
Maddie Wright, I think it is, against her. Yeah, she's a good defender herself. And a shot from Joy Craig. This one no gloved. That's a good opportunity right in the low slot for Joy.
Great play set up there. Again, it was working the corners, pass behind the net to Becky. Becky puts it out in front to Joy Craighead, and she gets that shot.
Yeah.
So the opportunities are there. They just got to keep going and capitalize on them.
That's correct, yeah. We're approaching the 7-minute mark of the second period. It's now Whitley 1, Solihull, well, it's saying 3, and I'm sure it was a 4th had gone in, but scoreboard doing us a favour right now. Back with the Vixens and Garbutt, but stripped away nicely by Abby Coulshaw. And that'll be an offside play on the Vixens because the puck had come back in. Quick turnover of possession, which is what's caused that.
Well, again, another lucky bounce there for the Beacons there, just to stop that play, just because that transition was going to not work well for them.
That's right. Puck drop then just outside the Whitley zone, back to Casey Trail.
She wants some room to go.
Yeah, she gets it round the opposite number, Grace Garbutt, and then trying to cut inside. It's going to be a penalty on Solihull. And I think it's Laura Lickman who's going to get the penalty. She came back again in game 3 against Whitley, the first game back after the maternity leave, I believe. So got a cracking goal, I seem to remember, late on in that game.
Absolutely, absolutely.
So she will take a seat for 2 minutes. And it's a first power play opportunity for the Beacons. See what they can do on this. It's going to be the Becky Castlewood line that will start with Steph Towns as the 4-forward playing on the point alongside Casey Trail. So a very offensive looking line at this. In fact, Abby Coulshaw and Abby McCourt who are on the wing. So this is a
great draw. Great draw.
Yeah.
That's it. Oh, tied up.
So back to Towns, across to Casey Trail. She's going to wind one up. On a bounce come off Hutchinson. Michelle Franklin, I think, covered it up, but bodies flying in there, and quite a frantic.
Quite a flurry in front of the goal there. Yeah, but that's what they need. They need to attack the front of the net like that. Don't hold back.
2 or 3 of the Vixens players there landing on top of Michelle Franklin just to try and help her. Streams going in as well. They were desperate to prevent that goal. You can see that competitiveness in this Vixen side. They, like you say, they do not like giving up goals, and it shows. Another draw by Becky Castlewood. Puck just sat under her legs, unfortunately, allowed the Vixens to clear. Shamini Jackson will collect off the end board. She blows a tyre out with Steph Towns able to slip it across to Casey Trail. Trail now will set up the play deep in the zone, out wide to Abby Coulshaw. Back to Trail. Jackson closing in on it, but it's Trail who will carry it in. Looking for a passing option. Abby McCourt's going towards net. Towns is dropped back. Coulshaw's free as well on the right wing, but it's with Becky Castlewood. Back to Trail.
Need traffic in front. Screen that goalie.
McCourt's delayed pass to Coulshaw. Yeah, quite right, Carl. So the Vixens doing well actually to almost spread this 5-player unit out and force them along the boards, force them wide. Just about kept in by Casey Trail. Towns calling for it. She'll get the pass now. She's looking up, seeing what's available to her. She'll find, no, she's going to keep possession of it, but she's going to slip it off to Abby McCourt. Gets it back to Coulshaw. So Steph Towns again. 40 seconds left on this power play. Shot from an acute angle, forces a save. Rebound comes back behind the net for Abby McCourt. Steph's open if she can find her. She will just drop it short. Bit of a miscommunication there, just allowed the Vixens to clear with Saffron Allen. It's back with Vicky Smith. I keep wanting to call her Vicky Wood. Of course, that was her maiden name. it's thrown me because I saw her dad before, Gary Wood, and that's just crept in my mind.
No relation to me.
No, not at all. No. As Grace Garbutt will carry it in. Gary Wood, of course, a former Whitley Warriors player and coach back in the day. A lot of hockey in that family. A younger brother also played with the Warriors. Whitley looking to get it clear. Just comes out to Sarah Hutchinson, gets the cut back to the point. I think it's Jodie Bloom playing deep there, and she gets it clear.
That's good. I'm glad they got that puck out. That defense makes me a little bit nervous. They're just a little bit slow moving for this Vixens team.
Yeah. In they come again. It's going to be a shot from distance, kicked away though by Jess. Good clearance. Good cut back though by the Vixens. Garbutt going towards goal. It's away into the corner. Gathered by Ruby Newlands, back off the boards. Abby Coulshaw will come across. Sarah Hutchinson will go with her. It's a loose puck which Whitley try and clear. Bit of a fan effort on the first shot, but second attempt will force Jess into making a save, and we'll get a face-off as we just pass the midway point in the game. It's still Whitley 1, Solihull 4.
Well, that was a nice power play by the Beacons. They had some opportunities there. They were very aggressive. They had control. I think they just kind of lost a little bit of concentration towards the end there and just kind of let it slip away.
Yeah. Allows Whitley to regroup. Becky Casterwood with a clean draw on the face-off. Vixens will get it back though. Cutting in from the left wing is Jodie Bloom, traffic in front of the net. I think it might have hit Saffron Allen and away. Back with the Vixens though, taking it behind the net towards goal. And Jackson doing some work here on the back check here with Abby McCourt carrying it into the zone. She's got Casterwood for company. She'll take a shot herself. Well, Abby comes back out. Becky can't gather it in. Angela Kay will slip it forward. McCourt, well, wins that back well. She's had one strong game, hasn't she?
She's having a great game tonight.
And yeah, showing no effects of travel yesterday and from the training camp. Good to see her obviously involved, and Ruby as well, and indeed Megan Craig was going to be part of the championships, which unfortunately got cancelled. As away here with Jackson, and that's a lovely finish by Shamini Jackson, and that will make it 5-1. That's 2 great goals from her this afternoon.
A little unfortunate there, just kind of lost sight of the puck, and it was a bit of an interference call, just coming outside the offensive zone. That kind of slowed a few players down, so they couldn't catch up on that back check.
Yep. Face off back at centre ice, and Grace Garbutt just telling Billy Facker, well, originally to take the draw, it's going to be Saffron Allen, so they've reorganised themselves. Steph Towns will take it for Whitley, gets it back to Casey Trail.
Great
with a rink-wide pass here to plays in Abby Coulshaw. She'll cut in off the left wing, just sends it through the crease. It was a good effort, a good sighter from distance. Comes back through. It's Grace Garbutt now. She'll look to counter. It's a 2-on-2 break here. Sips it to Saffron Allen with Vicky Smith doing well just to stick with her. Comes back through. In fact, no, it's not Vicky Smith, is it? Number 32. And that one's been stabbed home again by the Vixens. Garbutt, I think it was, at the back post. I think it was Saffron Allen who slipped it forward to her.
A little bit of puck watching going on there, and then they lost containment.
Yeah, and that's now 6-1. And this is really the moment where the game can get out of reach, and they obviously need to be careful here, the Beacons.
They don't need to hang their heads. I mean, they've been playing very well. So, I mean, it's just keep positive, keep going, keep doing what they're doing.
Yeah, absolutely. That is Madison Troop who's playing number 32. It did have that on her jersey. I know she's someone who, again, has played in the Division 1 team, so it's great to see her given an opportunity at this level.
Absolutely.
Another good young player coming through as well. From, I believe she's from Scotland, so quite a good young core of Scottish players coming through in this Beacon side, and really enhanced the talent that's already here.
Definitely, and she's got a bit of speed on the defense, and that's kind of what they're needing.
Yeah, that's right. Played forward to Garbutt. It's Madison Troop there, who we were talking about, who steps into the play, comes back through. Still with the Vixens to be cleared by Troop. And now Ruby Newlands to give chase up along the boards. Sends it back through the neutral zone. Garbutt will pounce on it. And then a nice turn and a lovely almost half spinorama there from Saffron Allen to get the shot away. Shot from distance, again deflected. I think it took a nick off the blocker there from Jess Kinghorn and away. Troop gets it clear. That will come out the zone. Forces Alana Clare to check back. Back up will dump it back in, trail to Becky Castle-Wood at centre red. She'll carry it in now, needs a bit of support. She'll find Abby Coulshaw, who fires, kick save, rebound just, it unfortunately just come out a bit too fierce for Becky to react to that one, but she had the right idea going towards goal. But, you would have needed reactions of a cat-like nature to have got that one in, I think. But that was the right thing, and it was a good link-up play between Becky Castle-Wood and Abby Coulshaw there.
Absolutely, and that they've just got to keep doing that. It's one of those things. You do something 10,000 times, and all of a sudden you're an expert.
Yeah.
You know, they know what they want to do. It's just making these connections and having it happen for them.
It's been very stop-start as well, as I say. These Vixens are the opposition for the last 4 games in a row now, but that's been spread over since November, end of November. So that's a long time between games, and you know, perhaps if they had fixtures coming a bit more thick and fast, it could build that sort of in-game chemistry.
Absolutely, you need to be in game shape. I mean, your speed, you know, your reactions, everything. It gets delayed, and the Beacons are at a disadvantage because they only get an hour a week for their training sessions.
Which again, I don't think's right. That's
no.
From an elite league team of players of this calibre should be getting a lot more ice time than they do, a lot more practice time.
Well, that's it, and I mean they're fielding 2 teams. You know, their elite team and their tier 1 team.
Indeed, yeah. As the Beacons will go back on the power play then, a penalty for cross-checking, I believe was the call on the Vixens. So another opportunity here to see what they can do with a player advantage. Becky Castle-Wood with the draw. Jodie Bloom will come out with it off the boards. It won't clear though, only kills and fathers. Casey Trail who fires, and Michelle Franklin will gather that one in, but again, she had the time to wind up the big slap shot there, Casey. And well, we know how she can punish teams if you give her time on the puck like that.
But they got to find a way to take advantage of this goalie. This goalie is a short goalie. She plays upright, so she's covering those top corners. But if they can find a way to get her down and get those top corner shots.
Yeah, giving up a lot of rebounds this afternoon as well. So that's something they need to maybe be aware of. Maybe putting somebody in the low slot just to see if they can crash them. Again, it would have been a perfect game for Danielle Turnbull, who loves scoring goals in and around the crease like that, as the attempted wraparound comes through. But unfortunately, she's unavailable. We do, I don't know why, but we look forward to her returning to the team. It was a good addition to this Beacon side. That one's cleared. Forces Casey Trail to come back. Minute 12 left on the player advantage then for the Beacons. Casey Trail will just take her time here, patient build-up, looking to get set. She'll pick out Abby Coulshaw in front of the home bench. She can't gather it in, allows the Vixens a time to clear it, comes back down. Saffron Allen can't gather, Casey Trail straight in there. I think it's a combination of her and Ruby Newlands just outnumbering the Vixens captain. Nicely fed to Abby McCourt on the left wing, back to Ruby Newlands. Angela Kay now, the captain, stabs it forward, but nobody there to really help out. Shamini Jackson's in on goal here. She's on a hat-trick as well. Can she finish? Fires over. She's a second opportunity she's had like that, where she's been in on goal and fired over, but maybe a little bit too much time to think about it.
Absolutely. Well, she had Steph Towns on her heels there. Did you see the speed she was coming in at?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, she's a tremendously gifted player, Shamini Jackson. She's a one for the future, but she's certainly one for now. As I think she has just got a hat-trick marker, hasn't she? There.
Yeah, she found the short side, just below the blocker.
Yeah, actually thinking about it, is it her? I'm trying to see the shirt number. I think it is Shamini Jackson, and that is a hat-trick then. And well, she's been responsible for 3 of those 7 goals for the visiting side. Had a couple of other chances as well, but she's early contender for player of the game.
Absolutely. Yeah, they're struggling to contain her. They're letting her get away, and that's it. She can pick her spots and make you pay.
Yeah. As we said, that tournament in Iceland back in November, she was the captain of the GB under-18 side, so she's one for a future, but also a very good player now. And as we see, Vixens back to full strength.
Sneaking in.
Yeah, Abby McCourt was one of the alternate captains on that team as well. 2 very similar players actually in the style of play. As it comes loose, that's going to be covered up on just about on the goal line, I think there.
Well, that was interesting because the Vixens player started celebrating.
Yeah,
she obviously thought it was a goal.
She thought it was. I don't think it's been given. No lights come on. But it's at this opportunity where the Beacons are going to change goalies. Megan Craig is going to come in on relief for Jess Kinghorn.
Yeah, well, I think the timing's right. It looks to me like Jess's concentration is gone a little bit.
Yeah, faced a lot of shots as well. I mean, what we're at 35 minutes or more gone.
Yeah. And she's played a great game. She's made some great saves today.
Yeah, she has. Particularly in that first period when she kept her side in the game in that opening 20 minutes.
Absolutely. Some great toe saves and some high saves.
Yep. Megan Craig, though, obviously another brilliant goalie and somebody with, you would think, a big future in the game. She's, as you've described it, also a penalty shot. In fact, that's why that's maybe the celebration. But anyway, it's going to be gathered in.
This is a great way to start.
Yeah, it is. Alana Clare cuts inside, shoots, but a good kick save by Megan Craig. Never took her eyes off the puck there. And
not even phased. Not even phased.
As you said in a previous game, she's a very confident young girl, and she's got every right to be, hasn't she? She's very highly thought of. She's in and around the under 18 team setup as well. So somebody who I think is another great addition to this Beacon side.
Well, she comes in with some mental toughness here, and I mean, to start the game on a penalty shot, that's not an easy thing.
Coming in cold as well. And
absolutely.
Yeah, done very well. Could have been 8, but she did well there. Watches that one just flash by. Plays a lot of games as well for the Division 1 team. Helps in her development. It's a really exciting young goalie, young talent. That one goes into the corner. Saffron Allen looking to dig that one out.
Beacon's got to pick up the pace a little bit here.
Yeah, a little bit slow in and around the crease, reacting to that. Garbett still on the puck here. And comes back through for Saffron Allen. Now Ruby Newland's trying to break the play up. Allen will have a second attempt at it, carries it into his own, gets it back to Garbett. Those two linking well on this line. Garbett across, trying to get the shot away is Saffron Allen. But that will be a face-off in the Whitley zone. But again, a good response, having given up that a penalty shot, but it was saved, and Vixens not being able to capitalise on this play in the Whitley zone.
Well, they were lucky there. I think the goalie was sharp, so she read that loose puck in front and was able to adjust and make the saves necessary just to shut this play down.
Yeah. Having the court looking to get it clear, she'll be helped out by Becky Castor-Wood, who slips the puck back to Vicky Smith. Can't clear the zone though. It's going to be checked back in by Sarah Hutchinson. No, Maddie Wright, sorry, number 22. A lot of height on this Vixens blue line, isn't there?
Absolutely. So long sticks and definitely some big slap shots coming in off the blue line.
Back to Maddie Wright in the high slot, fires from distance. Great kick save.
Great read
by Megan Craig, who's, as you say, come in difficult circumstances, but once again acquitting herself so well as that opportunity for the Vixens, just stabbed wide there by, I think it was Alana Clare, number 46.
Struggling with getting this puck out of the zone.
They are, yeah, and that's always been a problem against this Vixen side, because eventually that pressure will take its toll. It's actually Hannah Ware, number 46, I should say. Alana Clare's on the D, and that is her chasing the puck back now. Maddie Wright, her defensive partner. Bloom is open on this left wing if we're going to go for the long pass, but picked off nicely by Abby McCourt in the offensive zone, caused all sorts of problems from an acute angle as well, as Bloom looking to get behind Rachel Stockdale and Angela Kay. And she'll go now. She's got Jackson up there with her. Bloom cutting inside, kick save again, smart stop, and she'll cover up her own rebound there, Megan. And Rachel Stockdale very quick to acknowledge the save there from our goalie.
That was a smart play by the goalie. It gets the whistle, gets the line change, and they can reset.
Yeah.
It's a great play by Abby McCourt though down in the zone. She was very aggressive. That's what they need.
Yeah, she was like really a greyhound after a hare going into that corner, got onto a puck, got a shot away, which caused all sorts of problems as well from what was an almost impossible angle. So great bit of skill to do that, and like you say, just pose some questions for the Vixens, and you throw a puck into a mixer like that, you don't know what could happen, and she had the presence of mind to do that.
Absolutely, and that's what they need. They need that from every player.
Yeah, Abby Coulshaw now cutting in from the right wing. Got Safan Allen with her. It's like we were saying before we went on air, the Vixens are maybe 1 or 2 short in terms of numbers, and it certainly looks that way because I think Katie Henry, who's one of their GB contingent, I haven't seen her on the ice this afternoon, so perhaps she's missing as that one comes through, covered up by Megan Craig, who again was watching that one with the Vixens closing in. The Safan Allen, I believe it was, who was chasing after it.
Well, that's it. The D did enough to slow down the attack, and Megan was able to make that save.
Of course, as well, with no ice cut by the end of the second period, there is a bit more snow there, so a stretch pass like that with the puck coming through is going to slow down in that snow, and
Definitely.
It's certainly going to benefit the goalies in that respect. There's Becky Kastner-Wood will gather off the boards. She'll carry it out with the defensive zone. Nice pass out wide to Joy Craighead, who will flick it into his own. Abby McCourt will give chase, and she split the D to get onto the end of it again. Just going up an extra gear, sticking them afterburners on and getting on the end of that puck. She's just got that ability to find extra speed when needed. Abby again in a perfect position to gather that one in out the corner. Just didn't really have anyone there moving for her, but she had the right idea, trying to keep the puck moving. As Chamley Jackson looking to counter from the other end now, and she's almost in on goal, but good defensive work that by Becky Kastner-Wood, who's back checking well and just disrupted it because it looked like Chamley Jackson was away there. Billy Thacker there as well, helping her out, one of the younger players who normally plays on the third line for the Vixens, getting some ice time here.
Great cut back there by Abby to control that puck.
Yeah, it was. And that will do it then for the second period, but scoreline obviously massively in the Vixens' favour at 7-1, but again there's been some positives there from the home side.
Absolutely, we've seen some scoring chances, you know, some controlled play in the offensive zone to set up some of these opportunities, and it's certainly a step forward from some of these past games that we've seen.
That's right, yeah, a little bit of concern there as Becky Kastner-Wood, hopefully it's just a comfort break, but she's I thought there was perhaps potential injury, but she seems to be okay. She's moving relatively with pace, so hopefully she's okay.
Probably going to make a phone call.
Possibly, yeah. But we will take a short break. We'll be back on air in just over 2 minutes' time. Welcome back to Hillheads then, as it's currently Whitley Bay Beacons 1, Solihull Vixens 7. Thankfully there was no injury concerns there. We are back to our full quota of players. And it looks like it's going to be the Steph Towns line to get us back underway here for Whitley Bay.
All right, here we go. Third period push here now. Got to come out hard, fast and strong. Crash this net, get shots.
Yep, Saffron Allen winning the draw for the Vixens. Coulshaw gathers in front of his Zamboni entrance, comes back to Alana Clare. Across to Towns, who fires, comes across the face of goal.
Bit wide.
Yeah, Coulshaw. She'll gather it behind the backboards, or in front of the backboards, I should say. Back to Coulshaw, goes near side, tries to squeeze it in there. Good idea, but well covered off by Michelle Franklin. Jodie Bloom looking to get a break on here, fires, just pulls that one wide, back off the boards, comes out to Chamonix Jackson. Getting inside again. Two Nottingham-born players who are now currently playing for Solihull.
Oh, we'll take those wide shots all day long. I don't mind those.
Yeah. Areas where they can't do as much damage from sort of that distance. It's back inside from Jodie Bloom once again. Now Whitley come back with it with Steph Towns. That will clear the zone. Ruby Newlands will give chase. Sarah Hutchinson will get back there first and clears it back up towards Chamonix Jackson, who gets a really lucky bounce there, carries it in with Casey Trowell just trying to clear it, but comes back now. Whitley trying to get it out, but looks like Chamonix Jackson's played it at the boards, kept it in, and now Whitley will get the break on with Abby McCourt. It's a one-on-one here, goes round Sarah Hutchinson, but just ran out of real estate, could only really take a shot on the near side. It will force a save, but just unfortunate that it was such a heavy deflection off the defender there and just didn't have that angle to get it away, but again, she gambled on it and it almost paid off for her.
Absolutely. I mean, she was all alone and she had to do something there, and I think she made the right play. It forced the whistle, so face off in the zone.
Yeah. Becky Castlewood with the win. Smith forward. McCourt battling against Alana Clare, trying to force the turnover. Out wide to Grace Garbett. Saffron Allen now slips it forward. She'll carry it into the Beacon zone. Becky Castlewood doing some good work, trying to tie her up down the boards. Then Grace Garbett with a shot. It was a good kick save. It was almost looked a lovely finish there, a lovely move either way going in towards goal. Becky Castlewood now carrying it forward. She's got a passing option here. She's carrying it herself. Now she'll get the pass out wide to Abby McCourt. Back. She tried to return the pass to
Joy Craighead, was it?
It was Abby McCourt, I think, to Becky. Yeah, just trying to slip it back forward, the return pass. Saffron Allen back to Paige Dance. Dance gets a shot, block a save, comes back out, big rebound, but away from danger, out to the left wing boards. Looking for the attempted wrap around there from Jodie Bloom, but that one again well covered by Megan Craig. And well, she's looked so alert since coming in.
I think the whistles will be in the Beacon's favour, so anytime they can get a stoppage of play, it's going to help them reset.
Yeah, it certainly will, yeah. It's, Whitley trying to get it out here, and they'll do so with Abby Coulshaw. Cutting inside, gets a good shot again, forces another save. Reach will collect the rebound behind the net. Ruby Newland sending it back across the other side, trying to pick out Steph Towns. Coulshaw gets another shot in on goal. There's some rebounds to be had, and then she'll have to cover that one up again, will Michelle Franklin.
That's great work in front of the net.
Yeah.
Keep doing it.
3.5 minutes, well, just over 3 minutes gone, I should say, in this third and final period.
This is another trio that's working well together, actually.
Yeah, it is. Well, we always know that Steph and Abby Coulshaw work well together, but we've seen Abby McCourt on that right wing early in the season. Now it's Ruby Newlands, and again, it's a great opportunity, I think, for Ruby to play alongside some established stars. But also, I know the importance Steph says it is to have Ruby on that line as well, because she knows what a good player she is as well, even despite her young age, brings something to that top line.
Definitely. There's another high and wide shot there. That's good.
Yeah, action into the corner now. Tied up a little bit.
Let's get a whistle.
Yeah, no whistle coming, but it's hacked clear, and then the follow-up shot again, slightly screened there, Megan Craig, but she got the save done. And Ruby Newlands again, some great work in terms of forcing turnovers this afternoon. Out wide to Abby Coulshaw, looking to cut inside. She's got Steph Towns with her. She's trying to pick her out, but good recovering defensive work there by Alana Clare, who's had a very strong game back on the blue line.
Good footwork by the Vixens defense there, just to bumble that puck up.
Yeah, absolutely. Abby McCourt up along the boards. Just trying to shield the puck from Jodie Bloom. Casey Trail gets it back to Abby McCourt, goes rink wide of her pass, comes back off the board to Joy Craighead. Tipped in, Alana Clare trying to recover, but it's in the offensive zone. Casey Trail playing quite high up the ice now, committing herself a bit further forward. Billy Thacker coming in off the right wing, and then swept clear by Megan Craig, just helps it on its way, but it's still gathered in by Saffron Allen. So pressure still very much on the Beacons in their own zone. Cycling it well here actually, Vixens, but and the rebound, that will be covered up, but
well
again,
read.
quick reactions there by Megan.
The Beacons are making the Vixens work. Nothing's coming easy right now.
That's right. And that's all they can do really, is make it as difficult for them as possible, and they're acquitting themselves very well.
Well, even though it's a 7-1 game, I mean, it's not been easy for the Vixens.
No, it's not, and I think at the end of it, they'll probably be the first to acknowledge that it's they have had a workout, and not many teams can say that about the Vixens this season, that they've given them such a tough level of opposition. And that sounds a little bit silly when it's a 7-1 scoreline, but I do always think that in spells that this Beacon side are dangerous, and again almost was able to convert that one home as a heavy collision into a post, but good to see Abby McCourt's getting up okay. She's just maybe favouring that side a little bit, so hopefully she's okay and she can just skate that one off, but it was a heavy collision into that post. So she's already looking for a puck, so she must be okay.
She's back in play.
Yeah, she was quick to look up to see what Joy Craighead was going to do with that puck, and quickly back on the back check there as well. She's going to go back to a bench, but yeah, hopefully she's not done any damage. It looked like a shoulder perhaps that she was favouring a little bit there. It's Angela Kay looking to get it along the boards. And Hannah Ware trying to get it towards goal. Picked up nicely by Angela Kay. And now Steph Towns looking to check back.
This makes me nervous when they can't get it out of the zone. It should be a simple play.
Yeah. Abby Coulshaw will gather. And, trying to get it out of the zone, but some good forechecking there by Shamini Jackson. Now they'll get it clear, but only as far as Sarah Hutchinson. Or is it? No, it's Maddie Wright again. It's they're both tall with long blonde hair, so they look very similar on that blue line from a distance. But now Sarah Hutchinson comes into reaction, so two twin towers almost back there patrolling that blue line for the Vixens. Very difficult in terms of a form of opposition to get past.
Well, Beacons are getting a pass out of the zone right now, but they're not able to control it coming up, and it's just turning around and coming back on them.
Yeah, lovely pass out wide there to Ruby Newlands. I was trying to see who supplied the pass. I think it was Becky Castor-Wood, and then the shot from Steph Towns just stabbed wide of a goal. Gets another follow-up shot in, almost caught Michelle Franklin cold on that near post, but again, all came about from that quick change from the bench.
Yeah, good attack again. Shots on goal. Unfortunately, a little bit wide. That should have been a goal right there.
I think so. Yeah, there's a big opportunity for the Beacons, but it's as we've said before against this side, it's still all very much a learning curve, and playing these for the final time this season is probably good ahead of what are more, well, I'm not going to say easy games, that's a terrible way of putting it, as Becky Castor-Wood gets a shot away, that's going to be covered up. But yeah, it's not, I'm not going to call them easy games because they're anything but there's certainly games where the Beacons will be more competitive, shall we say.
Absolutely. Well, that was Becky's patented play there. She likes that wraparound. She's scored numerous times with that one. Unfortunately, not today. Not yet, anyway.
Not yet, but no, Michelle Franklin was, well, she's a good goalie, obviously, so she was wise to that one, but it's very much Becky's signature move, and why not give it a go? Is Hannah Ware, sorry, Saffron Allen even gets it out wide to Grace Garbutt. Gets a shot away, good rebound though, away from goal, heavy rebound, takes it into the corner.
Great save. That was a 2-on-1 coming in there, and Casey played that well.
She did.
Took the pass away.
And Lisa McClellan trying to get it clear, and then rebound, that's Grace Garbutt once again, so I believe that's now her 11th goal against the Beacons this season.
Well, she was at the right place at the right time, because there was a little trying to pitch that puck out from the high slot. Unfortunately, went right on her stick, and she picked that one top shelf.
Indeed she did. As that brings up goal number 8, I believe it's the first goal that Megan's conceded, so she's done well there. She's gone 12-13 minutes without giving a goal up, so it has stemmed the flow somewhat. Alana Clare deep in her own zone, trying to play it up the boards. Coulshaw and Allen tangling. It's going to be Abby Coulshaw gets the break down this left wing. She'll chase it into the corner, looking for an option here. She's got Steph Towns with her. She'll pick her out, takes it back into the corner, and then in the end just outnumbered with a number of Vikings jerseys back there. Grace Garbutt up on the left wing. Nice pass to Paige Dance, but puck just sort of bounced off her stick a little bit. Maybe got a bit of luck there, getting in behind Rachel Stockdale. And then we tried to go near post, but once again Megan had it covered off nicely. And Steph Towns looks to carry it out. Some good work this again. Shamini Jackson trying to force the Whitley D into coughing up the puck, and she's got it back. Got it behind the net now with looking for an option here. Jodie Bloom calling for it and receives it. Now to Sarah Hutchinson. Tries the reverse pass. Back to Bloom. Slips it forward. Saffron Allen couldn't get the intended target, which was Shamini Jackson, who was going in towards that near post. Just getting caught up under the goal. A lot of snow there building up, I can see on the side. And that maybe helped her a little bit, but we'll get another whistle on the play and a face-off in the Beacon zone.
I'll get some fresh legs out here now. They were losing a little bit of momentum. Unfortunately, they were chasing that puck around, and too much eyes on the puck.
Yeah, and due obviously with one or two players missing, which is unfortunate, meant that it is only a two-line game for the Beacons this afternoon, rather than 3 lines. It puts a lot more sort of pressure on energy levels, doesn't it? Because you're constantly changing. You're not really off the ice for very long. But holding their own right now. They're doing well. Shot from distance. It sort of took a bouncing deflection on the way through, but goes into the corner. Megan Craig would have had it covered anyway, but she was alert to see where it was going. And then up this near side with Abby McCourt, who had a fantastic game.
Great pass.
A lovely pass and a lovely shot as well from
big rebound.
Becky Caston-Wood on the turn. Yeah, big rebound. Joy Craighead to McCourt, gets it back. Tried to feed Becky Caston-Wood once again. And back will come the Vixens, and Jodie Bloom on the left wing. Racing down that side, cuts back inside, tried to go forehand, but again caught under the pads, and Megan Craig had that one covered off nicely.
Good save. She read that well. She knew it was coming across, so she was ready for it.
Yep.
It was a good back check by Becky. She had her wheels going.
She certainly did, yeah. It's again another strong shift from that line. As we've got just under 10 minutes left in this game. Whitley 1, Solihull 8. But as Laura Lickman will get back, gets that clear out the zone. With Jordan Troop coming across to clear that one. And then pass coming in straight through the low slot to Abby Coulshaw. Tries to get it back to Steph Towns. Oh, that was almost on the goal line there as Michelle Franklin drops down to cover that one off. It was, again, probably a bit of snow just slowed that down in the crease.
Absolutely. That was just a goal waiting to happen. That was just a beautiful little play.
It really was, yeah. It's so unfortunate that it just didn't have a little bit more momentum on it. Another half a foot and it was in.
Well, that's it. I mean, that wasn't really a shot. That was just a poke from Ruby in front as that puck came loose.
Yeah. Big wind-up shot from Casey Trail, and again Michelle Franklin covers that one up with Abby Coulshaw almost on the doorstep waiting for that rebound.
Terrific save by the goalie.
Yeah. We're going to face off to the left of Michelle Franklin's goal. It's, I should correct, it's not Michelle Franklin who is in goal. It's actually Scarlett Richardson, so apologies for that. She is wearing the shirt number of Michelle Franklin, which is what has caught me out, and it's obviously difficult to tell under a goalie mask as who players are sometimes, but no, apologies for that one then.
Well, that's all right. We've got two captains on the other side.
Well, that's true, yeah. But thank you for whoever's listening in to correct me on that one. Apologies once again. It's Casey Trell getting the shot
in
forward.
The corner.
Yeah, takes the pass forward, which we'll have to check back. Gathers. There's Hannah Ware will carry it forward out wide to Jodie Bloom. Return pass, and that's a lovely stab home by Hannah Ware. It was a great give and go between her and Jodie Bloom.
Wow, that was terrific. That was just a shot across and a deflection, being in the right place at the right time. There's no way the goalie could have had that.
No, not any chance whatsoever, and you can't apportion blame there at all. It was just a lovely give and go. It was a move started by Hannah Ware to pick out Jodie Bloom on the left wing. It was a lovely return pass, and she just one-timed it, drilled it low, stabbed it home.
That's it, and that's what these good players can do. They can make you pay so quickly. Just a little bit of space and, you know, momentum, and chip across and tip in, and that's it.
Indeed, 8:39 left, and it's now Whitley 1, Solihull 9. But well, it seems a while ago now, but Whitley did score an equalising goal, and again, that's one of the positives they can take from this game, is Abby McCourt gets another shot on goal, works some space for herself well, a drop of her shoulder to get in there, and again, she's been another positive this afternoon. Great to see her back, as they missed that last game between these two sides, as Jodie Bloom looks to cut inside, drags it back, looking to get a shot away, but great recovering challenge there by Rachel Stockdale. Comes across to Shamini Jackson. Can't get past Becky Castner-Wood though, who gets it clear. And then Joy Craighead helping her out. And then the second attempt from Becky to get it clear. Sarah Hutchinson stepping up to dump it back in. Back with Becky Castner-Wood. Tries to go rink wide to a pass to Abby McCourt.
No icing.
No icing. Maddie Wright can't get a clean enough clearance on it. Keeps it in the zone for the time being. And now the Vixens will look to break. Plays it in for Jodie Bloom, who's on the right wing now. It's offside, really, or off wing. Can get the shot away? She will do. Rebound comes away from goaler. Becky Castner-Wood will gather. Carries it out the zone. She'll look to maybe just keep possession here. There was no obvious pass on for her. Did the right thing. And then Abby Coulshaw doing well, trying to steal the puck off Jodie Bloom. It's back with Sarah Hutchinson with just over 7 minutes remaining in this game now. Cleared up to Saffron Allen, out wide. Cutting inside here with Paige Danson. I don't know if that hit the goal frame there on the way through, but I heard a clunk of some sort. It was gone in a flash.
That was crossbar. That was going straight for her head. She had the wherewithal to move it at the last second and off the crossbar.
Back come Whitley with Ruby Newland. She'll set that away for Steph Towns. Abby Coulshaw doing desperately hard there just to keep her skates on the blue line, not stray offside. And I think she's caught in an awkward position there.
Well, I think initially Ruby was trying to make that stretch pass to Abby, but it just kind of bobbled off her stick. So her secondary pass was the stretch up to Steph Towns, which put Abby offside.
Yep, that's exactly it. That line will stay out on the ISO. Steph Towns and Paige Dance going for a draw. Almost fell nicely for Abby Coulshaw. To Steph Towns now, who will carry it in. Grace Garbutt carries it into the offensive zone now. She's got a passing option. She'll go it alone, and she'll find Paige Dance, who tries the one-timer, but it's away from goal. Ruby Newlands now looking to counter. Takes it round Grace Garbutt. She'll have to go it alone still in the middle of a line change here, Whitley. Ruby did ever so well there, delayed the pass. And then she'll get it back again.
I think Ruby's looking for a change. She needs to get off.
Yeah. She did ever so well, though, to allow her line mates to get off before. Great shift from her.
Great inside-outside by Abby.
Yeah, it is. Back to a point from Casey Trell. Puck just not sitting for her, maybe getting stuck in the snow again, yeah. And then the shot coming in, backhanded shot there from Abby McCourt, good effort. Be cleared all the way back down for Casey Trowell to gather with Jodie Bloom closing in on her. Casey will
Vixens are making a line change if they can take advantage of this.
Yeah, so quick though, aren't they, to get Sarah Hutchinson back out there. Joy Craighead with the effort towards Becky Castlewood, and the follow-up there from Abby McCourt almost brought a second goal there for the Beacons.
Dangerous pass that one. She needed to put that deep.
Shamini Jackson out wide to Jodie Bloom, who rifles that one home, and it's a beautiful finish. And that is now her 9th goal against Whitley this season. It's a good combination, this, between Shamini Jackson and Jodie Bloom.
Well, unfortunately, the Beacons set that one up there for him. I mean, it was a great pass out to the point. The point needed to get that puck back deep. Unfortunately, she tried a cross-ice pass, and that's where it was cut off and taken away.
Timeout called by Whitley then, with 5:13 remaining, and a 10-1 scoreline. I mean, if you was coaching right now, Carl, what would you be telling your players to do in this situation?
Well, you can't hang your head. You've got to keep playing. You've got to keep playing to that final whistle. I mean, there's simple mistakes here that can be corrected, and it's just, you know, you tend to play anxious when you're down like this and you're playing against the faster players, and it's just calm yourself down a little bit, think about what you're doing out there, and keep it simple. If you can, you know, play the safe play, that's going to help you out. And unfortunately, some of these goals are goals that we've just given to them, and a good team will take advantage of that.
They certainly will, and they very much have. As we said, 5:13 to go. Steph Town's line back out there, ready to get going once again. Saffron Allen's line is out there for the Vixens. It's a two-man reffing system this afternoon. Mel Lydell and Davey Emerson out there as Ruby Newlands carries it in. Rebound almost fell perfectly for Steph Towns, who stepped it back in towards the crease in the danger area. Abby Coulshaw looking to get back. Comes back off the boards.
Good read by the D to pinch there to keep that in. Unfortunately, it's transition and coming out again.
Vicky Smith did well to get it there. Jodie Bloom again. Rebound comes out. Queuing up here, the Vixens, Shamini Jackson and Billy Thacker couldn't convert though. Deflected shot from Jodie Bloom is away into the corner. Abby Coulshaw will gather, digs it out. Looking to ring this one around the boards, which he'll do. It will come to Steph Towns with about 4.5 minutes left in this contest. Shamini Jackson will gather a loose puck behind the net. Switches the play to Jodie Bloom, who gets a shot away, but was never really going to beat Megan Craig, who's well and truly leaning up against that post. Nothing was going to get past her there.
Well, it's like this D for the Vixens there. They know when to step in and keep that puck in the zone.
They certainly do, yeah. Very smart, intelligent play, and you can say the same about Ruby Newlands, who's carrying it in through here. Steph Towns is out to stretch for a pass, though, but still got something in on goal, as they'll go for a line change.
I would have liked to have seen Ruby take the shot on that when she was in a good position, and Steph would have been there for that rebound.
Yeah, that's a good point. It's still a learning curve for her, of course. Only 14 years old. It's incredible to think how much talent Jodie has. As Jodie Bloom now. I keep reminding myself she's only about a year, or less than a year older than my own daughter, so it puts it into perspective.
Absolutely. Well, it's like that young man that was playing for Team Slovakia in the Olympics. He's only 17 years old.
Yeah, that's incredible, isn't it? I mean, it's
playing with men twice his age.
Indeed. Grace Garbutt cuts inside, fires. It's going to deflect up off the blocker and away from goal with a little over 3 minutes remaining. Garbutt will collect the loose puck once again, floats one in, just flashes through a crease and into a corner. Paige Dance looking to get a cut back here, comes back out to Claire, fires from distance and again comes out to Grace Garbutt into the corner. Garbutt gets something in on goal. It was a relatively tame effort by her standards, but Megan will cover that one up and not worry about it.
The initial shot coming into the zone, you watch Megan there, and she didn't even flinch. She just saw that puck coming and stayed right in front of it the whole way. It's a great save. Yeah.
Paige Dance will take the draw for the Vixens. Steph Towns for Whitley, who get it clear around the boards. Casey Trell leaving it for Troop there. And Casey trying to get it up past 3 Vixens players, but it's going to be out. Well, they'll be outnumbered here with Garbutt getting it the cut back, but smartly stopped again by Megan Craig, who's done outstandingly well since coming in.
Absolutely. Looks like they put Casey on the forward line here with Steph and Abby.
Oh, well spotted, yeah. Yes, we've definitely got 2D back there. You're quite right. She is playing on the wing. Just mixing things up a little bit. And,
Absolutely. Try and generate something. Oh, what a save.
And again, Paige Dance looking for that rebound, but smart stop by Megan just to cover up. It's the slightest of rebounds, but the Vixens are straight in there. It's the slightest sniff of a goal they're there, aren't they?
Absolutely. And it's cat-like reflexes there for Megan.
Yeah. A late change here for the Vixens with Safan Allen's line coming out.
I'm surprised the ref let them do that.
I'm very surprised as well, yeah. I've certainly seen much fussier referees order them back, but no harm done, as that one just bobbles up over the top of Troop's stick and safely to Megan Craig with just over 2 minutes to remain in.
Those are tricky ones to get your stick on there. Sometimes the goalie would rather see you let that go through so they can take it, because it was a bit of a knuckleball, and that's one that could have flown up.
Well, indeed, yeah, and a slight deflection off the defender, and he could wrong foot yet. As that one from distance again, turned it away. Rebound just sat just in that area, she just out of her reach, and Jodie Bloom in a flash puts it in the back of her net, but that was just an unlucky bounce, I think, for Megan there more than anything. It was just out of her reach. She couldn't react to it quick enough.
Yeah, and the defense were a little bit flat-footed too. They didn't expect that.
No. That makes it 11-1. Like I say, sometimes you do just have to admire how gifted this Vixen side is, and Shamini Jackson's in here again, but flicked up off the blocker, or possibly the top of the stick. It was away, but Megan got a piece of it at least. As the Vixens looking to get set here, they're really turning the screw in these final minutes. Hutchinson trying to cut in. I'm sure she'd love a goal herself.
Well, that's it. They'll play till the final whistle as well.
Yeah, someone's lost a glove, I think. It's a Vixens player, Safan Allen. Going back for, I think, Joy Craig has maybe took a knock on the way through there. Maddie Wright collects at centre red, drops back with Abby McCourt even doing well to close her down. Becky Caston-Wood as well, helping out at the back there. She never gives anything other than a hard shift and puts the effort in. And again, looking to disrupt the play.
That's it.
For such a skilled player, Becky she still does a lot of the dirty work as well, doesn't she? And gets stuck in no matter what.
Well, that's one of the strengths to her game, is that she's played men's hockey for a number of years, and you have to be able to hold your own.
And well, you certainly do, yeah. Abby McCourt gets it free, and the shot comes through.
Great shot.
Yeah, forced a weird rebound. It popped up, didn't it, and could have fallen anywhere. And again, forces another save from distance. And we have certainly asked questions of Scarlett Richardson this afternoon. And back come the Beacons once again. Steph Towns almost skipping over the blue line there to try and avoid the challenge and get on the end of a rebound. 2-on-1 break here. The puck just sitting up in the high slot snow though. Safan Allen with a chance, and then Ruby Newland's almost away with 18 seconds left. Paige Dance off the boards. Collects the puck for Safan Allen with a big cut back here. Shot from distance. Deflected away.
There's a lot of traffic in front of that net.
It really was, yeah. A lot of Vixens jerseys in front of Megan Craig there, so did well to see it. That will do it then, an 11-1 victory for the Vixens, and I've got to say it's been a pleasure to watch them this season. This is the fourth and final time for these two sides, and it's been a pleasure because they're a quality side, but at the same time I shall not miss them because it's been very much a learning curve at times, but look, there's been moments in all four games where you think if the Beacons could piece it all together.
Absolutely. Well, there's a lot of positives to take out of this game. There's sustained offensive pressure that they've had, great saves, some great defensive play, some teamwork. I mean, some great combinations out there, so they can hold their heads up high.
positives as well from the two youngsters, Ruby Newlands and Abby McCourt, who've come in. They've using their explosive pace as well to really ask questions of this Solihull D and goalie. So they've done well.
Absolutely, the youth has certainly helped them, and I'd say my my woman of the match for the Beacons would be Abby McCourt.
I would have to agree with you. I think she's been outstanding, and she would get my shout certainly.
Yeah, absolutely. She made some great saves because there was a lot of shots from the Beacons on goal, and she was there for every one of them but one.
Well, very true. Yeah, and I don't think there'll be too many arguments if she did win Player of the Game. Just suddenly realised as well. Yes, we're short. Kimberly Brengan, who I've finally been able to practice how to pronounce her name, and she wasn't here for this game, so hopefully she'll be back for the next one. And well, Kimberly, I have been practicing your name, and I hope I have got it right this time.
There you go. Well done. Absolutely. Hey, I'd like to go back a second here and make an amendment to a statement that I'd made earlier on. It was about my favorite player. It's my new favorite player, and my new favorite player is Jenny here, Akoska. Captain for the women's Finnish team. She had an outstanding tournament. She looked great, and what a great name too.
Well, yes, indeed, yeah, she did have a great tournament, and what a fantastic result that was for Finland's women to get the bronze medal, because it's always going to be USA Canada in the final.
Absolutely, and that's the thing. There's still a lot of work for them to come.
Yeah, there is very much a two-team battle for the gold and silver medals, but to win bronze is kind of quite an achievement, isn't it?
That seems to be the achievement for me.
And you've got it spot on, Carl. It is going to be Scarlett Richardson with the Player of the Game award. I'm just checking here, number 15. I think I had it listed as number 1, which is what's completely thrown me today. And it's going to be Joy Craighead who gets it. And she got the goal, took her goal well, and was outstanding on that second line.
Definitely, she fit a piece of the puzzle that worked out really well for that line.
Certainly did. Well, let's hope the next the next Beacons game even. It's because we're playing the Vixens so often. The next Beacons game, we will get some bodies back, because we were short bench today. So, 11-1 scoreline, but with an extra line of players to come back, that bodes well, I think, for the upcoming games.
Well, sometimes I like a shorter bench, and it challenges that team. They've got to push all the way through, and they did. There's no question about it. And they'll take a lot from that.
They certainly will. Well, thank you all for tuning in. I've been Adam Matman, and joining me has been Carl Wood. And Carl, absolute pleasure once again.
My pleasure too. Thanks for having me once again.
Thank you, and enjoy the rest of your good day.